So this is part 2 of my Metal City collection. Just turn it down a bit more. Part 1 will be in description if you care enough to see it. But yeah, I got like 26 CDs then, I think, if I counted correctly. But here's the rest. Obviously in alphabetical order, so let's just go from the top. My next band is like one of my most listened to bands as of like the past few years. The Georgia quartet Mastodon. I have their whole discography, full lengths only. Unfortunately, I'm planning on getting their 2006 EP called the Mastodon. And their, what year was it? I don't know. It's Life's Blood, which I know. But that costs like $60 on Amazon, so I gotta start saving up for that because it's a badass EP. So we'll go from their first album, Remission, in the light there. Remission. Leviathan. Blood Mountain. Cracked Sky. And their newest release, The Hunter. So all the way back when they released Remission, they were labeled as they were labeled as like mainly a sludge band. They had some proggy influences, but mainly they were sludge, and it shows. The bass player Troy Sanders really delivers on his like caveman growls. I don't know if I've heard that on the internet, but yeah, they're dark, not like death metal, but they're raw. But I don't know. You know what? You just listen for yourself, because the album doesn't take a break. There's like the last song, Elephant Man. That's like the only really song that takes a full break. But some few key songs on here if you're wondering what to listen to if you haven't heard of these guys yet. Track 3, Where Strides the Behemoth. Track 5, Ol' Nessie. And track 10, Mother Puncher. So those are some standout tracks on the album. Their next album, Leviathan, was based on the story of Moby Dick. One second. Which I have right here, by Herman Melville. Released late 1800s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure late 1800s. I need to double check that. And I just got this recently, so I haven't got a chance to read it. I got it because this is based on it, so definitely need to start reading that. So this album was it was much different, people say. Some people who really like this didn't get the light here. Computer went off. Some people that liked Remission didn't really like Leviathan because they said a lot of the sludge metal was gone, and in a way it was, but I still think that they kept their sludge all throughout their career, except for some of the later albums, but I'll get to that when I move on to those. But this featured more like harmonizing, and the lead guitarist Brent Hines, he started doing some singing on this, and some awesome artwork there. He started doing some singing, and there was more prog. There's definitely more prog in this than Remission. Their third release, 2006's Blood Mountain. This was actually recorded in like, I think it was Seattle. Yeah, this was recorded all in Seattle. They stayed there for like 2 months and just recorded it, which is pretty hectic for a band to do, but that's dedication. This album was definitely, again, more proggy. Every album they're changing. Some standout tracks on this are track 1, Wolf is Loose. Track 3, Sleeping Giant. Track 5, Circle of Sasquatch. And track 9, Hand of Stone. There are a lot of... All albums are obviously, like, amazing, but this album was definitely one of the ones not to be overlooked if you're looking for a new metal band or album to get into. Yeah, so 2006 Blood Mountain. So next is the band's 2009 release, Crack the Sky. This album is labeled as like a prog album instead of like a sludge prog, like one of those. Because they totally took it for like a new direction here, taking heavy influences from 70s prog bands like Yes and Genesis and Gentle Giant. There are only 7 tracks on this album, but they're more longer and like epic. The 2 longest songs are track 4, The Czar, and track 7, Last Baron. The Czar is like 10 minutes, just shy of 11 minutes, and Last Baron is 13 minutes. Yeah, 13 minutes. So I would say The Czar is like, how do I put this? I don't even think they had a single. Maybe Oblivion was a single. I don't really get into like singles and shit. But if there should have been like a standout track on this album that you should listen to, it would be The Czar. Because it's like start to finish. It's like the whole epic, colossal of a song. Hard to take in all at once. But definitely worth the listen. Definitely worth the 10 minutes. I listened to it full, like, I don't even know how many times. But a lot more guitar work by Brent Hines. A lot more technical stuff. So yeah, beast of an album, 2009, Crack the Sky. And their newest release, The Hunter, I got the deluxe edition here with the bonus DVD, which has some like track-by-track commentary and making of, which is pretty cool. There's The Hunter. This album was a totally, they took a total new direction in this album. Because after Crack the Sky, me personally, I don't know about other people, I was like, well, how are they going to top that, you know? Crack the Sky was like one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life, so I have to say, in my like expectations, they didn't live up, but nevertheless, The Hunter is still an amazing album. Amazing album. There's shorter songs, there's more songs, and it's just different. You should go and give it a listen. A few standout tracks on here are Black Tongue, track 1. Let's do track 3, Blasteroid. And track 4, Stargasm, yeah. So finished Mastodon. I don't have a lot of shit to say about them, but next moving on to the ever so popular Metallica. I like Metallica as much as the next average person. I'm not the biggest fan of thrash, but I like thrash. So I only have 2 albums by Metallica, which is Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. Metallica, If you know what Metallica are, then you obviously don't know what metal is. Next, I have a doom death metal band from Russia by the name of Ophis. This is their newest release, Withered Shades. I had to order this from like Russia, which is pretty hectic, but yeah, it got here. And really, epic death doom metal. Dark, bold, low growls and chords and riffs and depressive lyrics, but that's what makes metal awesome, right? So yeah, Ophis. Computer. Next, I have a technical death metal band by goes in the name Psychroptic. This is their newest release. Inherited Repression, I should have known that. They're from Australia, I think. Yeah, so good, awesome technical death metal. Check them out. Next, the band that sits right beside Metallica, Slayer. Everyone knows who Slayer is. I got a lot by Slayer, considering I only have like 2 by Metallica. I got Rain and Blood, which is probably my favorite album. Yeah, Rain and Blood is my favorite album. Seasons of the Abyss. Diablos in Musica. Christ Illusion, which is look at that. Wait, is there a better version there? Can't really see it. Whatever. It's like a holographic cover or whatever. And then World Painted Blood. So Slayer. Next, I got one of my first like metal bands I got into, like I don't know how many years ago. I got Slipknot's whole discography because when I was young, I got him as gifts because that's all I wanted. So first album, Slipknot. Second album, Iowa. Third album, Subliminal Verses, with the awesome slide cover. Their 9.0 live album, and then All Hope Is Gone, which is I heard some of my friends say they didn't really like this, but I liked it a lot. I would say though personally my favorite Slipknot was the era of over here was Iowa and the first album. They're really raw, and they're just kind of different, you know. Like they felt like they had a lot of energy back in these albums, but you know every band needs to change as they progress, right? Next, I got the band The Sword, the doom sludge stoner metal band. Sure, I have 3 of their albums. I need their 4th one, which is not the newest one, but I need like their 4th album to complete it. But I have the first album, Age of Winters. Second album, Gods of the Earth. And their newest album, Apocryphon. Sure, I don't know. You know, I love The Sword. They managed to change in every album, but stay the same, as weird as that sounds. Like, it's like the same type of riffs and like vocal melodies and things like that, but it's different. It's new. It's like shit you never heard before. So I got to get their 3rd release, Warp Riders, which came out right before this and after this. But yeah, The Sword, awesome band. Next, I got the only good album by Trivium, Shogun, I would say. Didn't like their new album that much, and their old stuff, like I listened to a few songs, but Trivium's not like one of those bands I'm ready to get into. But yeah, this was a good album, I would say. And then to end off, the last CD in my collection would be Would Of Ye Pray, Gray Skies and Electric Light. This album was like really emotional album, I would say, because the lead guy in the band, the lead writer and musician David Gold, died, I think, prior to the release, or maybe after his release. I think it was prior to the release. But if you listen to this album, if you know this album, you probably heard like people talk about it before, but it literally sounds like he's predicting his own death. Songs like Career Suicide, Is Not Real Suicide, that's in brackets, Kiss My Ashes Goodbye, Death Is Not an Exit. It's like he knows he's gonna die, and it's like inevitable, and it's a pretty emotional album. Genre-wise, there you go, I'll show you that. Genre-wise, stupid, I would say that they're like, they would say black metal, but it's not black metal. Like, some of the verses, there are those high screams. I heard it being like ambient black metal, but definitely the clean vocals in this by David Gold, I would say, are a big influence by Pete Steele from Type O Negative. That really low melodic voice, which I love, by the way. That's why I originally got this album. But yeah, so those songs I mentioned are definitely standout tracks, I would say. So yeah, Would Of Ye Pray. So that's about it for my metal selection. Like I said, I have other CDs, but like they're in other genres, alphabetically organized, and maybe I'll show those later. But as of now, I'm focusing on my metal. And just as a quick side note, I have the black and death metal band Book of Black Earth on showcase here. Mentioned them in my first collection video. Have them playing in the background. Go check them out. They are brutal and awesome, and one of my top bands right now. So, Book of Black Earth, The Cold Testament. See you next time, guys.